Good morning, Sanket. I am audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we are going to start our today's lecture. In previous lecture, we have seen this ideal air standard PV and TS diagram cycle. Okay, we have seen all the processes related with the air standard cycle. This is the Otto cycle we have discussed, where we have seen 1 to 2 isentropic compression, 2 to 3 constant volume heat addition, 3 to 4 isentropic expansion, and 4 to 1 constant volume heat rejection. So this is the ideal cycle we have discussed. But now today we are going to see that the variation of specific heat loss in IC engine. Now, due to the variation in case of the ideal cycle, the specific heat of working fluid was assumed to be constant throughout. But in actual practice, the specific heat of gas increases with increase in temperature, except in case of the monoatomic gases. So, we are finding that the effect of variation of specific heat in case of the Otto cycle, we can see here in case of the Otto cycle, which is represented by 1, 2, 3 and 4 over here. So during compression process, the value of gamma is what? Gamma is the reversible adiabatic index, okay? And gamma is equal to Cp upon Cv. We have discussed. And this is the ratio of two specific heat gamma. Now during the compression stroke, the value of gamma decreases with increase in temperature, due to which the actual temperature of gas after compression will be lower than the ideal compression temperature. So process 1 to 2 dash, here you can observe the process 1 to 2 dash, the actual compression process, for the same amount of heat supplied, the maximum pressure and temperature achieved is also lower, and it corresponds to state 3 dash. You can observe here 1 to 2 dash, and whenever their maximum pressure and temperature is achieved, it also lower corresponding higher pressure 3 to 3 dash over here. Okay, due to increase in specific heat at constant volume. Okay, so the process 3 dash to 4 dash shows the adiabatic process for constant. Which parameter we are going to be consider? Adiabatic process for constant value of gamma corresponding to state 3 dash. But during the expansion process, the value of gamma is increasing with decrease in the temperature over there. Okay, therefore actual process we can show 3 to 4 dash over here. So the actual cycle is represented 1, 2 dash, 3 dash and 4 dash. Okay, and this 1, 2, 3, 4, this is the ideal cycle. So the work developed in actual cycle is definitely less than the ideal cycle. So the difference of theoretical or ideal work and the actual work is called as the loss of work due to variation in specific heat. Okay, so are you getting my point? Once again I am repeating, related with the gamma. Definitely you can observe here 1, 2 dash, 3 dash and 4 dash. This is the actual cycle, and 1, 2, 3 and 4, this is the ideal cycle. Now we are finding that during the compression process, the value of gamma with increase in temperature, due to which the actual temperature of gas after compression lower than the ideal compression. So process 1 to 2 dash represent the actual compression process. Here you can observe clearly 1 to 2 dash shows the actual compression process. For the same amount of heat supplied, maximum pressure and temperature is achieved, and which is lower, and it corresponds to state from 3 to 3 dash over here. So due to the increase in specific heat at constant volume over there, so 2 dash to 3 dash it will be shifted. So the process 3 to 4, 3 dash to 4 dash, here the adiabatic process for constant value of gamma corresponding to state 3 dash, but during expansion process the value of gamma is increases with decrease in the temperature. So the actual expansion process we can show over here 3 dash to 4 dash. So as we have discussed the work showing, why we are choosing the PV diagram, because work should be represented on the PV diagram. And here the actual cycle 1, 2, 3, 4 we have shown, and ideal cycle 1, 2, 3, 4 we have shown, and actual cycle 1, 2 dash, 3 dash and 4 dash. And the difference of the theoretical or ideal work and the actual work is called loss of work due to the variation on specific heat. So are you getting my point? Point lakshat आलं का?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So this question at the time of the theory examination, they are going to ask you explain the phenomenon of the effect on the Otto cycle. So various effect you have to discuss over there. That is the we have seen the compression ratio, air fill ratio, then variation of specific heat. Now we have seen. Okay, so next molecular changes and chemical equilibrium and dissociation. So these points you have to explain the effect on the Otto cycle of various factor on the analysis. Okay, so this first part we have discussed. Sorry, the second part. Now dissociation loss in IC engine. This point we are going to be discuss. So if you observe this figure carefully, you observe that the effect of dissociation of the in case of the CI engine is not appreciable because of overall temperature due to combustion are low. So it is due to fact that air is supplied and mixture is the heterogeneous. So the effect of dissociation of Otto cycle 1, 2, 3, 4, you can observe over here represent Otto cycle without dissociation. Okay, and T3, suppose we have plotted the TS plotting, T3 dash is definitely lesser than the T3 because due to the dissociation of the gases. Okay, and you can observe 3 to 4 dash whenever we are plotting on TS plotting would have been isentropic process. Isentropic process means what? The entropy parameter is the constant, and this is without the reassociation of the disassociated gases. So 3 dash to 4 dash, we can observe that this is the actual process we are observing, and related with the 4 to you can observe 4 point is the ideal and 4 dash is the actual. Now you can observe over here the 4 dash T4 dash is definitely here you are observing that T4 dash is definitely greater than the T4. So because of the heat released during the reassociation of the disassociated gases at lower temperature, and the corresponding to the energy which is corresponding to the temperature T4 dash is carried away by the exhaust gases. Since it can be, we are not using the expansion gases over there. So you can observe here the dissociation of the here dissociation of the gases. Okay, so at very high combustion temperature, the CO2 is formed during the combustions and start to break into the CO and O2, and this dissociation you are finding in endothermic reaction and takes energy away from the system and resulting the loss in the net energy produced at the lower temperature, pressure, and the power. Therefore, reducing the efficiency of the IC engine by reducing the lower power output for same amount of fuel burned. So keep in the mind here effect on the Otto cycle you are observing, and while discussing this point, you are finding that overall temperature due to the combustion is low over here. Okay, and it is due to the fact that the excess air supplied and the mixture is the heterogeneous over there. Okay, so this is the point related to with the disassociation loss in the IC engine. Have you any difficulty regarding this?
No, sir.
So next point, we are going to discuss loss in actual and real cycle. We have plotted the actual cycle, we have plotted the real cycle, but during these cycles, what are the losses in actual? While discussing the losses in the actual cycle, other than the fuel air cycle, we are finding that there is a combustion losses, there is a time losses, there is a exhaust blowdown losses. Next, there is a pumping loss, there is a friction loss, there is a unburnt hydrocarbon loss over there. Now, one by one, we are going to discuss the points over there. Now, first is the combustion losses. Now, ideal compression and expansion process assumed to be adiabatic. But in actual practice, the heat transfer does takes place from the working fluid to the cylinder wall and from the cylinder wall to the atmosphere. So there is a considerable quantity of the heat loss during the combustion and the expansion process over there. So definitely there is a combustion losses. Once again, I am repeating, in ideal cases, we are considering that the expansion and compression process is the adiabatic process. But in actual practice, heat transfer takes place from the working fluid to the cylinder wall, and from the cylinder wall to the atmosphere over there. So there is a considerable quantity of the heat loss during the combustion and the expansion process over there. So this is the combustion losses. Now related with the second point, time losses. In ideal cycle heat addition process, we are assuming that at constant volume, whereas in actual cycle the burning of the fuel does not takes place instantaneously. Okay, at certain instant, at certain point, it does not take place. So the entire process of the combustion takes a definite time interval. So during this period of combustion, gases experience a changes in the volume over there. So this increased volume due to the motion of piston results in the lower maximum pressure and the less work on the piston. And the difference between the ideal fuel air cycle we have seen, and the point over there, point 3, as we have discussed, this represent the maximum pressure over there. Okay, so in case of the ideal cycle, but it shifted towards the 3 dash in case of the fuel air cycle if burning would be have been carried out instantaneously. So however, due to the time lag in the combustion, the maximum pressure is achieved correspond to point over here. Okay, so we are observing that the work due to the time losses or burning time losses, which include incomplete combustion losses also. So it leads to the incomplete combustion losses. So second point we have covered, that is the time loss. Next, third point is the exhaust blowdown gases. Now, whenever we are discussing the exhaust blowdown gases over there, so exhaust wall is assumed to be open at BDC in case of ideal cycle, while in actual cycle we are observing that it is open at 50 degree before BDC. So these we have discussed in the wall timing diagram, where we have discussed that when the inlet wall or exhaust wall should be open, and we have observed that the opening and closing of these wall. But here we are saying that it should be uh, exhaust wall assumed to be open at the bottom dead center in case of the ideal cycle. Here we have seen the ideal cycle, it should be open and close, open at BDC and closes at TDC over there. But in actual, it's open 50 degree before BDC over there. So it helps in the reducing the pressure in the cycle during the expansion stroke, so that the work, whichever we are finding, the work we have required in the pushing out the exhaust gases by the piston is the reduced over there. So due to this, lot of heat energy carried away by the exhaust gases, and definitely it will shows the effect on the work over there. So it will result into the loss of the work over there. So the ideal and suppose we have drawn the ideal and actual cycle, we are observing that here somehow there is a curvature portion, because exact this point we are not getting in the actual cycle, there is a curvature. So we are finding that loss of work, loss of work, we are calling it as also exhaust blowdown losses. Okay, so at very we are finding that here the exhaust blowdown gases due to the early opening of the this early opening of the exhaust valve before the 50 degree of the VDC over there. Now, next point is the pumping losses. Now, in case of the ideal cycle, the suction and the exhaust processes were assumed to be at the atmospheric pressure. And however, some pressure differential is required to carry out the suction and exhaust processes between the fluid pressure and the cylinder pressure. So the during the suction, the cylinder pressure is lower than the fluid pressure over there. In order to this induct the fluid into the cylinder, the exhaust gases are expelled at the higher pressure than the atmospheric pressure. So therefore, some work is done on the gases during the suction and the exhaust stroke. And this work is called as the pumping work. And this is the, we are saying that there is a pumping losses over there, because you are finding that the suction pressure in the cylinder is lower than the fluid pressure. In order to induct the fluid into the cylinder, and the exhaust gases pressure is expelled, that the pressure is higher than the atmospheric over there. Okay, so this is the pumping losses point. Next point is the, we are seeing that the frictional losses, okay, or friction loss. Now, a friction loss, these losses are due to the friction between the piston, cylinder wall, and in various bearings and other auxiliary equipment such as a pump, fan. So the friction losses increases with speed rapidly, while the effect of the mean effective pressure on the friction losses is too small. Yeah, we are finding that it should be extend very small over there. Okay, so these are the effect of the friction losses. And last is the, we are finding that unburnt hydrocarbon losses. So during this unburnt hydrocarbon losses, we are finding that the ideal compression and the expansion process were assumed to be adiabatic, but in actual process there is a we are finding that there is a power loss due to the some petrol is not burning, so the some part of the fuel is not burning inside the combustion chamber over there, and due to that there is a loss of the energy. So these are the points losses in the actual cycle, which covered first point combustion losses, second time losses, third one is the exhaust blowdown losses, next is the pumping losses, next friction losses, and last is the unburned hydrocarbon losses. So have you any difficulty regarding this losses in actual or real cycle? काही शंका आहे का?
No, sir.
So all
No,
these
sir.
points I have shown over here. This is the diagrammatic representation You can see the pumping losses here, atmospheric, below atmospheric pressure line, you can observe over here. Blowdown effect, you can observe here. That is the pumping losses here you are observing. So during this pumping losses, you are finding that the some of the work during this diagram, you are observing that some work done on the gases, you are finding that during the suction stroke or exhaust stroke, this is the shaded portion is showing the pumping loss. Next, related with the blowdown losses, you are finding that the shaded portion is showing the blowdown losses over there. The shaded portion represents the loss of work. This and this loss of work, we are calling it as the exhaust blowdown losses. Now, the heat transfer losses is also we have shown, as there is a point we have discussed that the all the processes we are assumed that the adiabatic, but in actual practice there is a transfer of the heat from the uh, working fluid to the surrounding and surrounding to the atmosphere. And we have shown the combustion losses. So these combustion losses you are also observing over this shaded portion. So all the losses from the PV plotting we have shown. So this question is asked for the 10 marks. At that time, you have to draw these figures, and whatever the points which we have discussed, combustion losses, time loss, exhaust blowdown gas losses, and pumping losses, friction loss, unburnt hydrocarbon loss. So these points you have to discuss briefly for that 10 mark question. Okay. So have you any difficulty regarding this? So I think time remaining is less over there. Only 2 points from the first unit are remaining. Those points which we are going to cover in the next lecture, and we are going to start the second unit. Okay. So today we have discussed the actual air standard cycle and the ideal air standard cycle, and we have discussed the effect of the losses on the IC engine. Okay. And next, comparatively losses in the actual cycle and real cycle. So these points which we have covered, I think 5 minutes are remaining. During these 5 minutes, we have covered this differentiation. So we are going to discuss the air standard versus fuel air and the actual cycle. So a working fluid, we are using the air in case of the air standard cycle. In case of fuel air cycle, we are using the air, fuel, and flue gases also. Okay. And in actual cycle also, we are using the air, fuel, and flue gases. Related with the specific heat, in case of the air standard cycle, it is the constant, but in case of the fuel air cycle and actual cycle, it is increases with the temperature. As we have discussed, the effect of the uh, increase in the temperature, which increases the specific heat. Okay. So dissociation losses in air standard we are not considering, but in case of fuel air cycle and actual cycle, we are going to be consider. Now, related with the heat addition in air standard cycle from the reservoir, we are going to add the heat, but in case of the fuel air cycle and actual cycle, from the burning fuel, we are going to supply the heat. And related with the heat rejection in air standard cycle, it will be released to the sink over there. And in case of the fuel air cycle and actual cycle, to the it should be heat rejected to the exhaust, where we are seeing that the silencer, from the silencer we are releasing the heat to the atmosphere over there. And cycle related with the cycle, air standard cycle is the closed cycle, but in case of the fuel air cycle and actual cycle, this is the open cycle, because you are finding that the input is coming from the air, fuel and flue gases, and you are releasing heat rejected. So burning of the fuel is giving the heat, and heat is released into the atmosphere. So these are the open cycle. Related with the compression and the expansion process, in air standard cycle, this is the adiabatic. In fuel air cycle, these are adiabatic. But in case of the actual cycle, as we have discussed, there is a losses of the heat from the working fluid to the wall to the atmosphere. These are the non-adiabatic. Related with the losses, time losses are absent in case of air standard cycle and fuel air cycle. But we are going to consider in the actual cycle over here. Same point related with the pumping loss, friction loss, and pumping loss, friction loss, combustion loss, unburnt fuel losses. So these are absent in case of the air standard cycle and the fuel air cycle. But in case of the actual cycle, we have considering all these points. And the suction pressure, you are observing that the air standard cycle, atmospheric suction pressure, and in case of the fuel air cycle also atmospheric. But in case of the actual cycle, it is below the atmospheric. And related with the discharge pressure here, in case of the air standard cycle and fuel air cycle, we are considering it is the atmospheric. But in case of the actual cycle, it is above atmospheric. So this is the differentiation between the air standard versus the fuel air and the actual cycle. So are you getting this differentiation?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, last point we are going to consider, that is the effect of air-fuel ratio on the, we are going to consider here on the thermal efficiency of the air standard. So these points we are going to discuss in the next lecture. Okay, so this one point we are going to cover in next lecture, and we are going to start the unit number 2. So we are completing the first unit. Okay, so if you have any difficulty regarding this, you may free to ask me. Okay, all these lectures are conducted on the Zoom platform, and the recorded session of this Zoom platform is uploaded on the YouTube, and the link is given to you. So those students who are the working, they can see, if they have not time to see the regular lectures, attend the regular lecture, they can see from the YouTube also there. Okay. So how many? Okay. So we are going to stop the lecture. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.